we are going to talk about workspace importing. I bet you didn't know you could do this. Welcome, everybody. It's Jeff and Igor here with Reddisoft. When we talk about workspace, you may have different workspaces like you see below on the screen here, but it has different pieces of labware or other things that maybe you want to bring into another instance of Genera because you don't want to create these every time by hand, every time you create something new in the software. Go ahead and get started. Let's see how this works.
Yeah, so right now we're in our scheduler view, which is our dashboard view. So this is default when you open up Genera. So to import your workspace, you'll need to go to your editor tab here and open up your workspace. So you can either open it by clicking this open workspace, or if you go on this down arrow next to the folder icon, you could open it up here as well. And in the top right corner, you'll notice an import button. And if you click on it, it'll take you to this import workspace wizard. And if you click on the browse button and you browse to your workspace, so it is located.
Yeah, I was going to say, point that out. It's important to know where this is located.
Yep, it is located in the config folder and the Reddisoft Genera directory.
And that could be any directory, right, Igor? Because you could see if it was in a different instance of Genera or maybe something on a server, you point to that location for that database, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yep, and as long as there's a workspace.db and you double click on it, you'll see on the left with the components, you'll see your layouts and your projects. So you see all the layouts and projects in that workspace.db file. So in this case, we just have one of each, and we could select which ones we want to import for this Genera instance. So if we click on it, we can actually preview to make sure that it's the correct layout that we're looking for. So since we only have one, then I'll just select that one. And then we can also preview the project. So make sure our labware definitions are there, our labware operations, and the zones that we want to import. So I'm going to select them both. And then if we click import, we'll notice that we now have our basic process demo layout in our workspace. And we'll also see in our projects, we have our basic project.
So now you have all the labware coming over from that workspace database. Igor didn't have to create new ones. He just imported the ones that they all came along. He couldn't select individual ones, but he can now remove the ones that he doesn't need, those types of things, or utilize the ones that he does. So it all comes in for it. He can change the labware operations. It's fully editable again now at this point, but at least it gets you a really good baseline to start to work on it. Now you will notice that some of the instruments are not connected to those workspace locations or the nodes there, but that's okay. You can go back and you can edit those and make those connections, because I think in this case, you don't necessarily have those devices. Maybe you do.
That is correct. I do not have, for example, with the high G, we do not have a high G for this particular Genera instance, so I could just remove it completely. And now you see it's gone from this instance. Let's say I only want the STX, dispenser, washer, and the microlab star, and the rest of them I don't need because I don't have that instrument.
Yes. Okay. All right. So yeah, it just depends on the instruments that you have. And if the association isn't there, those instruments don't come along. But he could go back in and install the instrument package, then put the instrument in, and then make the connection to those workspace nodes there.
Like, for example, for this reader-1, I didn't have the reader that the original workspace had, but let's say in this case, I have the Synergy Neo 1, and I could import it, and now you can see it's not read anymore.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, this really saves a lot of time on getting new workspaces in, workspaces that you had in the past that you really wanted to utilize or you liked. You can put all that information back in a quick little import dialog like we showed you, and it really makes things happen quickly. From transfer to maybe an older system that when you're updating, you can import that workspace database so you don't have to recreate this entire model again for an update on your software. All right. Well, that's great, Igor. I appreciate you going through that steps. And now, for everyone who's watched the video, you know how to import a workspace database, which will bring in labware projects, labware operations, zones if you need it. And it makes your life a lot easier when it comes to updating your software. Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.